Ghostbusters Afterlife focused too much on the nostalgia of the series, whereas Ghostbusters Frozen Empire lets that nostalgia sort of go to the wayside and leads to a more action-filled and lighter-paced film than the previous one. Is it a good movie? Is it well worth your watch? Let's find out. So, if you're a big Ghostbusters fan like me, I have all this Ghostbusters stuff in my collection. I've got the Ghostbusters Ultimate Collection, the 4K version here. I just got the real Ghostbusters, the animated series. I still have to get Extreme Ghostbusters on DVD, but I love all things Ghostbusters. I've been a big fan since I watched it on VHS back in the day. This Ghostbusters Ultimate Collection is out of print, but it is the best way to get everything that you want out of Ghostbusters, including the 2016 movie, if you're into that. But it comes with 1, 2, Afterlife, and Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. Let's sort of all of that go. It does have the original Ghostbusters in it, but they're there, they're part of the plot, but they don't do anything, and they don't take away from the new characters, from the new Ghostbusters that are in this film. And that's led by the Spengler family. It's Phoebe, Trevor, and their mom, and then of course Gary Gruberson, the Paul Rudd character from Afterlife. They are the new Ghostbusters. They live in the firehouse, they go around and they catch the new generations of ghosts. They are aided by the old Ghostbusters, Ray Stantz, Peter Venkman, Winston Zeddemore, but they're more ancillary, they're more off to the side. That really helps with the movie. It helps with the pace of the movie, because the first movie, Ghostbusters Afterlife, was weighed down by the nostalgia. It was nice to see it. It was nice to see all the nods and all of that, but it was weighed down. That movie was about 2 hours and 5 minutes, give or take, somewhere around there. Don't shoot me if I'm a bit off on that. But this movie, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, is an hour and 55 minutes, and it is a tight hour and 55 minutes. It feels a lot faster. It's much better paced, and you get a lot more out of all the characters. Now, there are a lot of characters in this movie. You've got the original Ghostbusters, the new Ghostbusters, there's newcomers, there's Kumail Nanjiani's character, there is Patton Oswalt's character, there's Emily Allen Lynn's character, who's a little bit mysterious, a little bit ethereal, but she helps with the A-plot of Phoebe trying to find out who she is, and, you know, coming off of the sidelines, trying to be a part of the family. The only character that I really feel like gets left by the wayside, which is funny because in the film he is going off on the adventures and Phoebe's the one getting left by the wayside, is Finn Wolfhard's Trevor. He really just feels like a B-plot character in this movie, and it's kind of wild. What do I mean by that? What do I mean by a B-plot character? Well, he, if you can see here, he's on the sidelines a lot. He has this sort of weirdish love interest that doesn't get really mentioned ever again. And his plot is trying to plug a hole in the firehouse ceiling that Slimer has created, and he's trying to catch Slimer. That's his plot of the movie. He doesn't really get a whole lot to work with, and it kind of sucks because his character felt like it was a bit interesting, and here he's more there for the ride. If you're into comedy, though, this movie is hilarious. Kumail Nanjiani is hilarious. Patton Oswalt is hilarious. Paul Rudd is hilarious. He is his usual just great self with all of the stuff that he does, all of the comedy in this film. It is a much more light-hearted film than Ghostbusters Afterlife, so if you're looking for that kind of experience, you are in for a treat here with this one. Now, the puppets, the ghosts in the film, they look stunning. They look amazing. They're puppets. I was trying super hard to find the seams and everything on the CG. They're not there. You can't really tell. It's awesome. It's great to see that they actually got some good effects in this one. They rival that of the original film, which is just, you know, all practical effects and all of that. There's a lot of practical effects here. There's some CG, especially with the landscape shots and all of that. It's going to be hard to do a bunch of icicles falling on New York without doing it with CG, but here they blend it pretty seamlessly. Now you're sitting through this whole review and you're hearing me wax and wane about Ghostbusters, and you're sitting there wondering to yourself, is it a good movie? And I can tell you yes, emphatically. This is a better movie than Ghostbusters Afterlife. If you were there for the nostalgia and the emotion of that film, I was there as well. It really plays heavy into that. It plays basically a lot into the original movie, and the new characters kind of get overshadowed by the appearance of the old Ghostbusters. Here, you focus more on the new characters, and the old Ghostbusters aid them. You get a great performance from McKenna Grace as Phoebe. You get Ghostbusters, you get Winston Zeddemore getting his due. The dude's a friggin' billionaire now, and is working with the Ghostbusters on new tech and all of that. He gets his due after getting kind of shafted for a long time. You get William Atherton back as Walter Peck, but except now he's the mayor and he's trying to stop the Ghostbusters at every turn. There's just a lot of narrative choices that logically make sense, here. It's a much more lighthearted film. I really enjoyed Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. If I got to give it a score, I'm going to give it a 92 out of 100. It is probably the best Ghostbusters sequel that they've made so far. And it's just a very light, action-filled film that will leave you feeling good at the end of it. As the third act was unfolding, you can see some stuff coming out. And the ending of the film, it feels like it's a more fitting film to follow up Ghostbusters 1 and 2 than Ghostbusters Afterlife did. And that's coming from somebody who really enjoyed Ghostbusters Afterlife, but saw the problems in it. This movie feels very much so like a follow-up to those first two films. It does feel like more so the real Ghostbusters or extreme Ghostbusters than anything else. And that's a hell of a lot of fun. Ghostbusters Afterlife was a good film, but it had some issues. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire releases in theaters this Friday, so go check it out. And if you love Ghostbusters, you'll love this film. That's just what I can say. So go check it out. If you like this video review and you want to see more from me, check out all my video reviews right here.